Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope everyone's having a blessed evening. I am having a blessed evening. Yes, yes. So, um, here we go. This channel right here basically is for victims all around the world. I wanted to do this channel because this channel was necessary, and this channel was very, very important to me after being a victim of child molestation, basically being molested at a young age. Age had to be around maybe like 11, 10, if I can remember. It had to be around. I have to be around that age, and just basically just looking for my parents, and looking for those that could help me. And nobody was there. Nobody was there to help me after getting sexually assaulted over and over again with somebody that I thought I loved and trust. That thought they loved me, but they really didn't love me. They was there to just basically to take my innocence from me, as most child molesters do. They are there to take the children innocent at the end of the day. And the goal to that, it's to this is to all the parents all around the world. The goal is not you. The goal is your child, basically. That's the goal is your child. It's not you at all. Once you up and leave and go to work, and you feel that these individuals, that you love them, but they don't love you. They there to destroy your children's innocence. And then they tell your child, if you tell anybody, I'm going to kill you. Basically, this is what these individuals do. They are predators, 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 and most of um most of these pedophiles, or most of the victims, it's pretty much in the family. It starts home. Like I said, amongst friends and family. This is why I picked this channel, because I haven't seen a channel like this on YouTube. If it is, it is. I don't know. I'm not looking for it. All I'm looking for is this channel right here. It's dealing with pedophiles and rapists and child abusers and molesters. This is what this channel is about. This channel is about us as a victim, because us as victim, there's really no hope for us. They sweep us underneath the rug like we don't even exist. Like we don't have a can to worry. This is why we turn to drugs, we turn to alcohol, and we turn to these certain things to cope with these assaults, and cope with being beaten and hurt of hunger, and you know insecurities about our sexualities and stuff like that. I'm going to be the first to say it, that there's a lot of victims that's out there. They sexualities is of men and women are men. They even getting sex change and stuff like that. Because they don't know who they are after these acts happen to them. Their sexuality is all messed up. And these certain things that need to be talked about, need to be discussed amongst us. And it's really, really important that we get this information out, that we share this information, because who's going to share this information if it's not the victims? So I commend all the victims all around the world to getting up and facing the assaulters, and facing these child molesters, and facing these pedophiles, and facing these rapists, and facing these child abusers. It takes a lot to get up there and face your fears, face your pain, and to cope with this, and actually keep seeing these individuals over and over and over again. That's the first step of recovering from being a victim. That's the first steps. And it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a road towards your effort, towards beauty, towards justice, towards glory, towards energy for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that can change the narrative on who you are. And I'm not saying that's going to be easy, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Most of the victims, they're gonna go through drugs, they're gonna go through alcohol, they're gonna go through violence. They most likely they probably ending up and out of jail. And this what happens to us. It shouldn't be, because the reason why all these things like that, because we are plagued with this stuff, because there's really no institutions, there's really no shelter, there's really no centers for us after we get sexually assaulted. And it's like society basically just do its way. You know how they do the vets, the army vets and the military vets. It's sort of like that. They're getting better and better, but this child pedophile is all over. They use social media. That's another thing. They use social media to bait children. That's another thing. So they look for children that parents are not active in their life. They're not watching their children. Um, nine times out of 10, the parent went to the same thing. They went to the same thing. They went to these traumas. They went to this depression. So sort of like it passes on generation to generation, because you never dealt with your trauma and you never got help with your trauma. So over here on this channel right here, we are definitely going to keep going live. We definitely it's going to keep uploading videos. We're going to get this channel out because this channel is needed amongst us, and it's gearing towards, you know what? We're going to make the victims a better life. We're going to make the victims a better life, because if I don't do it and you don't do it, who will do it? They got hotlines, they got certain things for us, but we got a long history of disappointment, a long history of abuse, a long history of being sexually assaulted, a long history of being starved, being beaten, and these things need to be talked about, and they're not talked about. And we constantly need counseling. We constantly need activities that's going to take our mind off of being assaulted by these individuals that sit there and say they love us, but they don't really love us. They did to take our innocence. And at the end of the day, I'm here to help you on this platform. This platform is given towards pedophiles, rapists, child abusers, and molesters. This is all geared towards you. So let me see if I got a little video. If I want to share with y'all, I think I do got a little video. I want to share this video with you guys, and it's pretty much it's sad, because if I'm going to do the job, I'm definitely going to do the job, because this is the task I want to do. I want to help the victims all around the world. This is my objective, is to help the victims all around the world. And I'm going to help the victims all around the world by my platform right here, by this platform. And we definitely going to do that. We're not going to play no games. We're not going to do no such thing as that. We're going to help each other. That's exactly what we're going to do. Because if nobody going to help, I'm going to help. So
they move towards searching for known sexual offenders and predators in the database. They moved towards searching for known sexual offenders and predators in the database to see who could have been the closest thing. That man was Robert LaTroy Howard. In 1999, he was convicted and sentenced to 15 years for 2 counts of assault and rape. Keep in mind that while he lived in Alabama, which is a 2-hour, 45-minute drive away from Pensacola, he did spend a lot of time in that apartment complex.
It's been a hard day for the community here. Right behind me is where Robert Howard was registered as a sex offender.
When the authorities questioned him, he claimed to be in Alabama on the night of Naomi's appearance. But later, the authorities went back on his background, looked closer at his alibi, and decided to go for a second time. The crazy part is that his story changed. Robert claimed that he had actually been nearby on the night of the disappearance. The difference between the first questioning and the second was that his girlfriend, Lauren Ewing, was present for the second one. Perhaps he didn't want to lie in front of her, but that was his first slip-up. Now, with his shaky alibi and slip-up, the investigators had probable cause to gain a search warrant for his phone, and they confirmed through the phone records that he was near the apartments. 7 days after the kidnapping, Naomi was found dumped and taped under a bridge in Pensacola.
We're gonna keep exposing these pedophiles, these rapists, and child molesters. You know, majority of them are family members, they fathers, uncles, brothers, cousins, friends. You know, that the family casually let these individuals in the home and not knowing any signs of these individuals as being pedophile, that really is thinking about graphic and sexual intercourse with children. You know, anyone that's thinking about this is very sick and demonic. You're sick and you're demonic and twisted, evil, barbaric, devil, demon. That's exactly who you are. And when they catch you, I hope justice prevail. But it doesn't fix the problem. The problem is that this child have a lifetime of trauma and abuse and depression that's going to go on in their life each and every day. You know, they're going to be scared to go to school. They're going to be scared to take shower. They're going to be scared to get undressed. They're going to be scared just having social life, social skill. These things is a lifetime of trauma and pain. And what society has come up with, they come up with for medication to deal with this, to deal with this agony, to deal with this darkness, which is plaguing the victims all around the world. You see, me, I didn't physically go get help, like counseling, but I went through a lot of traumas and pain in life. And I let my higher power, I let the Almighty help me to breed me through this dark time in my life, because I wasn't always an amazing person. You know, I been through a lot, and I taught myself with the help of the Creator to allow myself with freedom and a little bit of dignity to keep pushing. And then I allow me working and dealing with this traumas, salt after salt, darkness after darkness upon myself. You know, I allowed that to take control, and that space that was met with assaults, I put work there. And it took a long time because it didn't happen overnight. I placed work there. I had 153 companies, and then I also added in me worshiping the Creator and having a high power. So these things right here helped me throughout my courses, throughout life. You know, from the age 11 all the way up to now, I'm about to hit 50 years old. So these are some of the things that work for me. Now, medication or institution may work for you. You know, it may work for you. I'm not denying that, but that was my choice. Some cannot really deal with that. They need medication. They need medication to suppress these acts, these devilish acts of getting the innocent took, you know, and this is going to be with them for the rest of their life. But I thank the Lord for blessing me for not dealing with medication and not in and out as a therapist, or not in and out of dealing with certain things. These channels that I got, my platforms is my therapy. These platforms that I co-created, I got another platform. It's hyphen Austin Flow 9938. That's a big platform that's given more towards a spiritual sense, uncovering a lot of dark entities that's over there that's lead to us to a very dark path that may lead to jail, drugs, and alcohol. Not being misinformed, not being educated. So that information over there, that channel over there is very amazing. And if you would like to, you know, go over there and subscribe to that. That's really good. But this channel right here is just give straight victims that's dealing with pedophiles, that's dealing with rapists, that's dealing with child molesters, right? And that's dealing with child abuse. This is what this channel is based on. If you just want to stick right here, you can stick right here. But if you are at a point where you can add in other information that can help you, add it in. You know, that is talking about dark entities over there. I don't want to get off this channel, but this is what this channel is here for. This is my therapy right here. So I recommend that whatever your therapy, find a place, find a secret place that you can say that this is my own, and then hold on to it, and then take it forth right there. With the Lord's help, you would get help, and you would get to a certain place in life where that you can block these certain events out of your life. And don't be afraid to share your experience with your partners or with your loved ones, on whoever that's around you. Don't be afraid, right? This is why it says, please like, share, subscribe to this channel right here, and comment. You have to comment so we can engage each other, and we can build a community over here, which is going to lead other people to come forth and basically not hide in the closet, but also expose these certain things so they can have a better life, a better leveling up, a better energy, a better family, a better connection with their loved ones. So basically, this is what this channel is about. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Peace, y'all. Later.